Welcome back to the 9th gym program, everybody. Today we're doing another BDSP guide. Today is going to be on Rotom-Wash. This Pokemon is crazy. It's a very solid Pokemon. It's crazy in just about every VGC meta that it's ever been in. It's just good. It's Electric Water, which is a very good, unique typing. Very solid. Only 2 weaknesses, and one of them is blocked out by its ability Levitate. It only has 2 weaknesses of Ground and Grass, and Ground is unaffected because of Levitate. So it's very solid. It only has 1 weakness of Grass, and honestly, in this format, it loves this format because the only relevant Grass-type Pokemon, there's like 3. Breloom, Ludicolo, and Rotom-Mow. It's Brethren. Rotom-Mow. That's really it. I mean, there's Parasect as well, which is like doesn't typically run a grass attack. Maybe has Bullet Seed sometimes, and like Executor, and Venusaur. Like both of those are like B tier grass type Pokemon because they need like a Sun setter, and Sun is like not super great in this format that we're currently in. Anyway, I'm rambling a bit. Let's go ahead and look at the overview of Rotom-Wash and talk about it and exactly why is this guy good. So Electric Water, like I said, is a very good typing, and that definitely helps a lot. As far as these stats go, it's pretty solid. As you can see here, the stats are 50 HP, 107 defense, and 107 special defense. So very solid natural bulk except for its HP. HP is pretty low, but defense and special defense are pretty solid. It can take a hit or two usually, and it's usually built bulky as well. So pretty solid. As far as offense goes, attack 65 doesn't really matter. We're only going to be using this Pokemon special offensively, and its special attack is solid, 105. Very solid. Not insane, but pretty good. And once again, speed 86. Once again, not insane, but pretty good. Middling speed, middling upper speed, not too bad. And it can be ran with choice items as well, which allow it to be a little bit faster. Choice Scarf, primarily Choice Scarf giving it speed, but pretty good. Pretty good overall stats. Let's look at the trending moves. So obviously Hydro Pump at 99%. Like what do you expect, right? Like that's how that's going to be. 94% Thunderbolt as well, and then we instantly see a pretty dramatic drop off, which means almost everybody's using these 2 Pokemon, which makes sense. It's dual stab, electric and water. Those are the best moves for them. Obviously you can make a case for Volt Switch and Discharge as well, but Hydro Pump is unfortunately the only water type Pokemon, or the only water type attack we can get on this Pokemon. It'd be great if we could just get Scald, right? Surf as an option. It'd be cool, but due to the nature of Rotom, Hydro Pump's what we got. So it's not bad. It does do a lot of damage, but the accuracy is, leaves a bit to want, but still pretty good. Protect, Nasty Plot, Will-O-Wisp, Volt Switch, Discharge, and Trick, all insanely good attacks, all very, very good options. So the Pokemon has a pretty wide move pool that's pretty worth looking into and exploring a bit when making a team for the Pokemon. Next we have the teammates that we see. I mean, this is a Pokemon that is just going to be on a lot of teams. It's one of the best water Pokemon in the meta. Probably the best water type Pokemon if you're not going for rain. And Azumarill is a very, very solid contender as well for best water Pokemons in the meta. Milotic's really good. But overall, Rotom-Wash, it's going to fit on a lot of teams, right? You're not going to, you can pretty much make any Pokemon as teammate. Cresselia, Togekiss, Garchomp, Arcanine, Tyranitar, Breloom, Heatran, Scizor, Metagross, Hariyama, all great teammates. There's not really any that are like particularly better. Maybe getting a nice little Water, Fire, Grass core on your team wouldn't hurt, but you don't have to. Next we have some items. Let's go ahead and look at the trending items, and they're pretty they're not very widely spread apart, but Citrus Berry, Pinch Berry, Wiki, Aguav, all of the berries are down there. Citrus is preferred because a lot of things will put it into that 2-hit range, and Citrus can make a 2-hit into a 3-hit, which is huge in the game, so very solid. Choice Specs, Choice Scarf, all the choice items, and leftovers. Those are all the trending items. We are using Choice Scarf, Citrus Berry for the builds today. Those are the 2 items, but you can switch them around. Choice Specs is very solid as well. Huge damage, 1.5 times attack, but then you're locked into that attack. Pretty big damage though, so very solid. Levitate 100%, it's the only one you can use. And as far as trending builds, what are we looking at? Like a lot of random numbers, right? Like some 252 spreads, some into Timid, max speed. Those are probably choice items. And then some bulk, mixed bulk spreads tend to usually have a lot of speed investment as well, and a lot of HP. Not a lot of special attack. Sometimes special attack investment, as you can see, 116 modest definitely can, 252 modest, like definitely can. But you'll primarily be seeing more so like defensive builds, more so like supportive, not really supportive, but like bulky, doing a good bit of damage, potentially Nasty Plot, potentially Will-O-Wisp, a lot of stuff like that. So yeah, let's look at the builds, right? The builds, that's what you guys are clicking on this video for. So first build is a pretty basic build, a little bit spread out of an EV spread. We'll talk about that, but first off, Sitrus Berry, Levitate, pretty basic stuff. Levitate, you have to be. Sitrus Berry, I mean, I don't think we would even stray, like, unless it was an insane ability, but Levitate's insanely good. It turns off one of our 2 weaknesses. Pretty crazy. Sitrus Berry is really good. Once you get to half your HP, you restore 1/4. Pretty solid. Hydro Pump, Thunderbolt, Nasty Plot, Protect. So, Nasty Plot actually is pretty crazy on this Pokemon because there's pretty relevant Snarl users in the format. We have Suicune, we have Arcanine, probably a couple other relevant Snarl users, but they're the big ones. What else does have Snarl, actually? I'm just curious. Entei can use it. Honchkrow, Luxray could use it. Raikou, Sableye. Tyranitar gets it. Umbreon. You know, the normal ones. Not really anything too crazy. So let's go ahead and look at a couple damage calcs. So first off, we've got a really cool damage calc. +1 from the Nasty Plot and -1 from the Snarl, because that's probably going to happen in this Rotom-Wash versus Arcanine matchup. 12 special attack, which is what we have here, investment-wise. 12 special attack, +1 from the Nasty Plot, -1 from Snarl, landing at a +1. It's +2 from Nasty Plot, -1. You know, 2 -1 is 1. Hydro Pump into an Arcanine. This is the currently most used spread, so it's a pretty solid one to go off of. But we do have a little bit of wiggle room, additional 115 to 137%. Guaranteed OHKO. Doing big damage here. If we can get, you know, not faked out, we can go ahead and drop a Nasty Plot. My opponent's sweating in their boots now. They're probably switching out Arcanine, to be honest. And it's something that can soak up a Hydro Pump. But if they're not, Hydro Pump, OHKO, boom, easy peasy. Got the big knockouts. What's this next one? This is on the same spread. So cool. So here we have an Energy Ball from Ludicolo, most used grass Pokemon in the meta currently. Well, actually, is that true? Breloom's a little bit ahead of it, but as physical, it's weird. We'll talk about that in a minute. But Ludicolo, 252 max special attack. You know, modest nature, super effective Energy Ball into our 236 HP, 4 special defense Rotom-Wash, hitting a guaranteed 2-hit KO after Sitrus Berry recovery. This is huge. This is honestly massive. Now, of course, this is Ludicolo without any offensive items, so that's without Life Orb, which is a pretty big deal there, as you can see. Life Orb going to be putting it into enough damage, but if they opt for the Giga Drain, it's still a roll, a 31% chance to roll. But with this build, this is the most bulk we could get into it, and that's just what we went for. Life Orb is 80% of the time, but Expert Belt would do the same. 1.2 times instead of 1.3 times. So it would still be a roll. Actually, I don't think it would be a roll. But it would be for Giga Drain. And then Sitrus Berry, Mystic Water, whatever, right? So the Ludicolo, maybe it's a pipe dream, but whatever. It's still, like, solid. And then next we have the Technician Breloom Bullet Seed into our guy. Now, this is the different spread. We'll talk about that in a moment. But for now, that's really all you need to know for the Rotom. Let's talk about this spread, pick it apart a little bit. I went all into speed. Timid Nature, max speed. I wanted to be speeding everything out. You know, we have Nasty Plot, so once you set up a Nasty Plot, max speed is really good. Then I put the rest into bulk. 236, as you can see here. Dude, what are you doing? 236 here on HP, and then they'll put the rest leftover into here, just to make it a little bit spread out. The 4 here goes stronger than 8 into here, 4 here and here goes a little stronger. So that's what we went for. 236. I spread it out a little bit, put 12 into special attack, 4 into defense. And special defense, you know, it is what it is, just to spread it out a little bit more. But yeah, max speed is what I went for here. You don't have to. You could go modest. You could go more into bulk if you wanted to. But I went for a max speed, fast, nasty plot. Fasty plot. Pretty good. Second build is a little bit more spread into bulk. As you can see, we didn't have max speed. We have only 4 invested into speed. This is more bulky, 252 HP, 100 plus into special defense, and 148 in defense. This is where the big change is. Most Pokemon are not into the physical defense as much because you'll have an Arcanine or something on your team. Swap in, lay down and Intimidate, and then Rotom's still living. But when I ran some calcs, Breloom Bullet Seed is doing huge damage. And this is, as you can see, only 3 hits. It's doing huge damage. We're not living Breloom most of the time unless it hits 2 or 3 hits. So that's kind of bad. And that's after an Intimidate. It does a lot of damage physically. And then Hariyama, this is just another, big physical attack Pokemon that I could think of. Close Combat is 84 to 99. 148 defense here. What is this build? This is not 148 defense. This is the wrong build. 148 defense. We're going to be living that, but even if it gets a 4 hit, you're killing. I guess it's a roll. But it's still guaranteed 2 hit KO. Actually, guaranteed 2 hit KO. Because of Sitrus Berry. Broken! Oh, we live a 4 hits. Cool. Okay, so perfect. This spread is awesome, actually. So we live a 4 hit Bullet Seed, and we also live a Hariyama Close Combat boosted by Guts. Crazy. Flame Orb Guts. Crazy. Actually, a great build. Very solid physically offensive or physically defensive build. Still putting in a lot of work with damage. Of course, we have Will-O-Wisp here as well, but we're not going to be outspeeding a lot of these physical attacking scary Pokemon. So I opted for Will-O-Wisp and still physical defense bulk. And that's Rotom. So this is this build. This is a more defensive. This is more physical. Or this is a more offensive with Nasty Plot max speed. This is a more bulky defensive Will-O-Wisp bulky spread Rotom, of course. Makes sense. These are going to be all of these spreads will also be in the description. You click that show more and you can import them right into Showdown. You want to test out this Pokemon, of course. Now the last build is a choice build. I went with Choice Scarf. You can go Choice Specs. Either way, I just wanted that. I was opting for that speed. Choice Scarf, we're outspeeding everything, just about, like, basically, without, like, Tailwind. Outspeeding a lot. Well, it was here. You could make this trick. You can make this trick if you wanted, but I do love this spread for Choice Scarf. Go Hydro Pump, Thunderbolt, the main dual stab. We have Volt Switch as well, just to be able to get out of there. Not a great position. You can Volt Switch, do a little bit of damage. Choice Scarf is super fast. Do a little bit of damage, switch it out. Now you have Rotom for later. Pretty good. And Will-O-Wisp, of course, a fast Will-O-Wisp with Choice Scarf could be devastating. Could rip apart teams. They expect the Breloom to just knock out the Rotom or do huge damage. You Will-O-Wisp, make it do P damage. Now it's doing 16% damage. You're not worried. Pretty good. But this could be Trick. Trick, give them the Scarf on a setup Pokemon. It's devastating. And then for the spread, it's just a basic Y spread, max speed, Timid Nature, 252 here, 252 into special attack, leftover 4 into special defense, whatever. Timid plus speed minus attack, pretty good. That is all I got today for the video. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Makes a huge difference. Do all the YouTube stuff. Click all those links in the description. It makes a big difference. It really does. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe. I already said that. Goodbye.